So here we are. We've got zip. We have no physical evidence to observe.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda is working the attempted murder of 22-year-old soon-to-be father, William Larmore, who has been inexplicably shot in broad daylight.
Nobody hears, nobody sees. But the victim sees a gray van. What's that have to do with this? Could this be a drive-by?
Having issued an APB on the gray van, Kenda heads back to the crime scene, where officers have found a possible lead on that van.
Well, you had us for the gray van? Yeah, well, meet this lady here. We find a young girl named Jill Hendricks. Jill lives in the area, obviously, very close to where this occurred.
How you doing?
Good.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
I was in my front yard.
Jill tells Lieutenant Kenda that as she was walking across the apartment's parking lot, carrying laundry, she saw a neighbor run up to a man groaning on the ground.
I need some help!
A minute later, a gray van pulled up.
Somebody help!
She sees a woman get out of a car and go to his side.
Call 911! Oh my God. Is he okay?
And that there were kids in this car. She tried to comfort him.
We're gonna be okay.
This is most likely the van William sees. So now this lets the air out of the gray van. We've lost our only lead. I'm back to the dreaded S word. Sniper disease.
All right, I appreciate the help.
No sooner has he wrapped up than Kenda's radio crackles with urgent news.
Go for Kenda.
I get notified at the scene by a detective at the hospital that they pronounced Larmore on the operating table. He died from his wound. We've gone from a serious crime to the ultimate crime. It puts another sense of urgency to this.
When I learned of Billy's death, it was like somebody shot a hole right in my heart. I don't feel I'm the same as I was. A part of me was taken.
Though William died in surgery, he did leave behind one pivotal piece of evidence: the bullet that killed him.
The bullet is positively identified as a .22 long rifle. There are hundreds of calibers of weapons. Now we're down to only one. This is somebody a long way away with a .22 long rifle weapon.
Identifying the make of the murder weapon isn't the only good news. In their continued search for eyewitnesses, Kenda's men have located a resident whose home sits adjacent to a vacant lot on Airport Road. The man tells them that he heard several loud bangs around the time William Larmore was shot.
We want to search this field. We want to search it while it's still daylight. It's tedious work, but necessary, because you never know what's under a rock until you pick it up.
Finally, the search of the nearly 2-acre lot pays off.
Think I got something, Joe?
We find expended casings, .22 long rifle.
You take these evidence? Sure thing. Thanks.
From the point where that case was found to the point where the victim was found being shot was 150 yards, which would indicate a long sniper shot.
That's further than a football field. If you're going to shoot at him, this would be a very good place to do it from.
But to connect on a long shot like this would take a true marksman, possibly with a military background.
With a shot of 150 yards with a .22 caliber rifle, that's a tough shot.
This shooter would have to either be an expert shot, have a weapon with a telescopic sight, know how to adjust for windage and elevation, know how to adjust for bullet drop, or he has to be the luckiest shooter in the world.
But who would target a man like William Larmore for an execution-style murder? Kenda is hopeful William's next-door neighbor might be able to shed some light on the victim's personal life. A young man named Steve Green answers.
He seems to know more than most about the Larmores.
They've been here for a while, and they stay pretty quiet. Pleasant couple.
He's very friendly, and he's helpful. He said the Larmores are nice people.
Can you think of anyone that might want to harm them or someone they didn't get along with?
Well, there's a guy that stays with them.
And this guy, you know his name?
Yeah, it's Jeff Reynolds.
According to Steve Green, Jeff Reynolds is a corporal in the Army, steeped in weapons training.
They have this occasional roommate that stays there off and on that there's been some trouble with.
He stays there, but he never really pays.
And he said that seems to be a problem.
Last week was a pretty big blow-up, a lot of yelling.
Listen, my pregnant wife is cleaning up your stuff right now.
Yeah, I understand that, but...
You're not coming up with rent right now. You're gonna have to go. I don't know what else.
Kick me out.
I don't know what...
William, I'm gonna go!
Okay, you're gonna have to leave.
The roommate is as likely as anyone to be a suspect in the case. He's military trained. He's obviously a marksman. What if he decides for whatever reason that he hates Larmore now and he's gonna take him out?
Yeah, I appreciate the help.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks.
Kenda heads to William's apartment, hopeful that Jeff Reynolds is there.
When we were at the hospital, we had the wife sign a search waiver for her apartment. You never know what you're gonna find in a victim's apartment. So the manager lets us into the apartment with a master key.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Can I head upstairs?
Oh, good.
So we look around. There's no evidence of physical violence. There's no evidence of struggle. There's no evidence of arguments. No broken doors. No fist marks in doors. No shoe marks in doors.
Most importantly, Jeff Reynolds is nowhere to be found.
Find anything?
Nothing's clean up there.
We're about to leave. And a guy appears in the doorway.
Can I help you?
I think I should be the one asking you that.
I'm Detective Kenda. Mind telling me who you are?
I'm Jeff Reynolds. I live here.
Well, Jeff, I'm with the Colorado Springs Police Department. Do you have any idea why we're here today?
Before he can answer, the manager comes back and looks at him, somewhat alarmed and somewhat angry, and says,
"What are you still doing here? The Larmores wanted you gone."
Reynolds looked startled when she said that and looked not at her, but at me. What are you looking at me? I didn't tell you that, she did. You're looking at me because you didn't want me to hear that, did you? Here we are. We're poking in the dark, trying to find something. All of a sudden, a guy walks in. Who are you? Well, I'm Jeff Reynolds, a roommate.
A roommate who owed murder victim William Larmore money.
Can't come up with the rent, then you cannot live here. We've been through this too many times, Jeff.
And who, just days earlier, Larmore had kicked out of the apartment they shared
Here's the door.
with William's pregnant wife.
And quite magically, he moves from being just a roommate to being a suspect in a matter of a few minutes.
You get to thinking, well, could this be a possible motive? Could this be our killer?